You wake up strapped to a chair and there's something hovering over you. It breathes in gears. Metal fingers twitch. The light above your head flickers, buzzing with static. A voice, mechanical, slow, tells you to sleep, but you can't move. You can't fight. And even if you could, it wouldn't matter. Because in this place, sleep isn't rest. Sleep is surgery. Sleep is death. Welcome to the nightmare world of Five Nights at Freddy's, where death isn't the worst thing that can happen to you. The real terror lies in what happens after. Tonight, we dive into the 5 most disturbing stories in all of Five Nights at Freddy's lore. These are not just spooky tales with creepy robots. These are stories about psychological torment, body horror, and the loss of your very soul. From machines that dissect your mind to creatures that hollow you out from the inside, these tales will make you see FNAF in a way you never have before. Before we begin, a warning. This video contains descriptions of graphic body horror, child death, and psychological manipulation. If any of that is too much for you, feel free to click away. Still here? Good. Let's begin with the one story that fans call the most terrifying in the entire franchise. Number 1. Somnophobia from Tales from the Pizzaplex. This story doesn't just scare you, it violates you. It takes something we all need to survive, sleep, and turns it into a precision instrument of terror. The story follows Reed, a teenage boy with crippling sleep anxiety. Every night, he dreads closing his eyes. Something feels wrong when he dreams. Not nightmares exactly, but a sense that someone or something is watching him while he sleeps. At the Pizzaplex, that fear becomes real. Reed finds himself strapped to a mechanical bed, locked into a sleep experiment machine hidden deep within the facility. It's like a twisted fusion of a dentist's chair and a neural interface. Wires snake into his temples. Arms hover above him, adjusting instruments that hum and click. The machine doesn't just monitor him, it manipulates his dreams. It constructs nightmares and injects them into his subconscious. At first, he dreams of drowning, then of suffocating in a glass box, then of being dissected by figures in lab coats with no faces. The worst part? He feels everything. Pain, pressure, cold metal digging into his flesh. It's all there. Real, or close enough to real that his body reacts. His heart races, his skin breaks into sweat, and the line between the dream world and the waking world begins to dissolve. One moment, he's awake, screaming. The next, he's back in the nightmare. There is no escape. You start to question, is the machine doing this? Or is Reed already dead, trapped in a digital loop, his soul uploaded into an experiment that never ends? The imagery is surgical, clinical, and horrifying. A cold, sterile room, the endless beep of a machine, the whir of spinning drills. It's not a haunted pizzeria. It's a laboratory built to weaponize the human mind. Somnophobia is terrifying because it taps into one of our most basic needs, the need to sleep. It asks, what if even that isn't safe? What if your own dreams turn on you? And what if someone or something designed it that way? Number 2, The Man in Room 1280. This story is not about ghosts or jump scares. It's about something far worse, a soul that refuses to die. The setting is a hospital. Room 1280 is locked. No one wants to go near it. Inside lies a man whose body is unrecognizable. Burned, melted, scarred beyond saving. He reeks of smoke and rot. Machines keep him barely alive. But no one understands how. He doesn't speak. He doesn't move. But something about him feels wrong. Staff whisper rumors that he killed people, that he's cursed, that he's not really alive at all. They bring in a priest, hoping for peace, or at least an answer. The priest senses it too. This is not a man. This is evil given form, a parasite that has bound itself to a broken host. It's heavily implied that this man is William Afton. His body may be ruined, but his spirit, his hatred, refuses to let go. He is not being kept alive by science. He is being sustained by Remnant, the FNAF universe's spiritual tech substance that binds souls to machines. Room 1280 is a prison, but not for Afton, for everyone around him. Anyone who tries to help him suffers. Machines break. People fall ill. The hospital begins to rot from the inside, as if his presence infects the building itself. And still, he lies there, not speaking, not blinking, smiling. The story is a meditation on eternal punishment, on the idea that death is a mercy, and that some evils, especially William Afton, don't deserve mercy. They deserve to linger. Number 3, count the ways. Imagine this. You're trapped, alone, in darkness, and a voice calmly tells you, choose how you want to die. That's the premise of Count the Ways, a story so psychologically brutal, it borders on sadistic. Millie, a lonely teenage girl, hides inside the chest cavity of Funtime Freddy, hoping to escape her troubles. But Freddy isn't just a broken animatronic. He's awake, and he has plans. Trapped inside the cold metal space, Millie hears Freddy's voice. Distorted, polite, inhuman. He tells her she will die, but first he gives her a choice. Guillotine, hanging, dismemberment. Each one comes with a calm explanation. Freddy provides historical facts, technical breakdowns, clinical commentary. It's not just murder, it's a lecture, Millie begs. She screams. She tries to reason with him, but Freddy doesn't respond to fear. He is a machine playing a game, and Millie is just the latest input. The brilliance of this horror is that it makes you imagine each method. Freddy paints pictures with words. He describes the sound of a blade, the sensation of falling, the final moment before blackout, and then he asks, so what will it be? There is no answer, because in the world of FNAF, choice is a lie. Number 4, room for one more. This story is a masterclass in body horror. It starts small, innocent. Stanley, a hospital night worker, sees little ballerina animatronics, minarinas, wandering around. They seem harmless, childlike, curious, until they start crawling inside him. One slips into his mouth while he sleeps, another into his ear. They don't stop. They don't leave. Stanley becomes a container, not a person, a shell. He feels them move, nest, multiply, and he can't scream. His body is taken from him without blood or violence, just quiet, invasive possession. By the end, Stanley is still alive, still walking, but he's not alone in his own skin, and he never will be again. Number 5, to be beautiful. Sarah just wants to be noticed, not even loved, just acknowledged, seen. She drifts through life like a shadow, convinced that if she were prettier, shinier, better, then people might care. That's when Eleanor appears. Eleanor isn't human. She looks like a perfect doll. Porcelain smooth skin, flowing hair, delicate limbs, and she promises Sarah what she craves most: transformation, beauty. At first the changes are small, a glimmer in Sarah's hair, a straighter smile, softer skin. No one questions it. Sarah assumes it's makeup, confidence, maybe just the way people are seeing her now that she walks taller. But the truth is far darker. Eleanor isn't giving Sarah beauty. She's replacing her, one part at a time. A new cheekbone, a shinier eye, a mechanical arm hidden beneath perfect flesh. As each upgrade is added, Eleanor takes something away, something real, something human. Sarah doesn't notice at first. She's too distracted by compliments. For the first time, people smile at her, talk to her, want to be around her. She's happy, but beneath the surface, the cost is building. She begins to feel strange, hollow, cold. Sometimes she doesn't feel her own hands. Sometimes she hears something clicking beneath her skin. Her dreams are filled with wires, gears, and Eleanor's voice whispering, "Isn't this what you wanted?" Then suddenly, it stops. The changes stop coming. The beauty fades, and Eleanor is gone. Sarah tries to hold on. She looks in the mirror and sees someone else, a blend of doll and girl, real and fake, collapsing into decay. The gifts begin to fail. Her synthetic beauty breaks apart. Metal corrodes. Flesh peels. And then comes the final horror. Eleanor comes to take it all back. Not politely, not with regret, with purpose, with ownership. Because Sarah never owned any of it. She didn't become beautiful. She was borrowed temporarily, like a mannequin in a shop window. When it's over, what's left isn't Sarah. It isn't even human. It's a pile of discarded metal, skin and wiring, a Frankenstein creation of scrap and rot, twitching faintly, like the remnants of someone who wanted too much and paid in full. The true horror of To Be Beautiful isn't the body horror. It's the emotional tragedy. It's about how far someone will go to be accepted, how quickly we're willing to surrender who we are just to be admired. Sarah didn't just lose her body. She lost her identity, her agency, her soul. And Eleanor, she never even cared. Because in the FNAF universe, there are fates worse than death. There's being forgotten, there's being used, and there's being made into something beautiful, just long enough to watch it rot. Let's take it one step further. A bonus sixth story, one that isn't talked about as often, but lingers in the mind like a virus. The new face of fun appears in Tales from the Pizzaplex, and it explores a terrifying concept. What happens when the very mascot meant to bring joy becomes your personal stalker? The story follows Rory, a boy who visits the Pizzaplex with his younger brother. At first, everything is normal, arcades, pizza, laughter. But then he sees it, a mascot he doesn't recognize. Tall, polished, grinning far too wide. Its name? Sunny Drop's Replacement. A prototype animatronic with a permanently painted smile, red cheeks, and yes, that don't blink. It watches him, not the other kids, just him. At first, Rory thinks he's imagining it, but then it starts following him from room to room. At the daycare, it appears in the reflection of a mirror. On the arcade screen, it glitches into view. He tries to tell the staff, but no one listens. They insist the mascot doesn't exist, that no such animatronic is in the system, but it's real, and it wants Rory to smile. Forever. What makes the new face of fun so horrifying is how subtle it is. There are no screams, no violence at first. Just a slow breakdown of reality as Rory begins to lose his grip. The mascot appears in his dreams. It mimics his voice. It tells him jokes over and over again until even Rory starts to laugh. Not because he wants to, but because it's the only way to keep it at bay. Eventually, Rory disappears, and in his place, a new animatronic joins the lineup. Same smile, same eyes. The new face of fun isn't just another haunted robot story. It's a psychological trap about what happens when joy becomes enforced, when you're not allowed to feel sad or angry or afraid, only happy, only smiling, only fun, forever. So now we've seen 6 of the darkest, most haunting FNAF stories ever told. They remind us that the true horror of this franchise isn't just in the jump scares or blood, it's in the slow rot of identity, the fear of being consumed, replaced, forgotten. Each story takes a human fear and shows us what it looks like when it wins. Which of these stories crawled under your skin the deepest? Would you survive even one of them? Comment below and make sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the darkest parts of the Fazbear mythos. Until next time, don't sleep, don't smile, don't blink. And remember, in the world of FNAF, death is just the beginning.